Alrighty guys, thanks for joining me. This is your host, ID Jester, back to Normandy 44 by GMT Games. And we have arrived at the German movement phase of our initial landing here. So let's see. Doesn't actually say it in the abbreviated sequence of play. This is kind of a normal turn, but we are currently in the invasion phase, and there's some specific rules associated with the invasion phase, the invasion turn, and you're followed along through the process, but we're now on German player turn. So, special invasion play resumes its normal sequence starting with the German player turn. All German units may move their full movement allowance on turn 1, except for the following units are restricted. So, restricted movement units and all Ost units may not move at all on turn 1. All units of the 21st Panzer Division have a movement allowance of 3 on turn 1. And strategic movement and truck movement may not be used on turn 1. So, we are kind of done with the invasion phase. So now, once we're done with the invasion phase, we're going to go through the abbreviated sequence of play, and we don't have anything in the initial phase. Determine the weather is done in the first turn. We don't have any mulberry constructions. We don't receive supply points, and we don't check for flipping over headquarters to the ready side because they haven't been actually used. So now we're on the German player turn. First thing, reinforcement phase they don't have. We go to the movement phase. So that's kind of where we're at. All right. So we talked about this in combat video previously. And we want to try to do as the German player here is try to figure out the best way to keep our units, get our units together so that they work well with one another. You can see we have a unit down here from the 709th. We also have a unit up here from the 709th. So if those two got together, they would attack at full strength. You can see we have 91st and 91st and 91st. So putting those units together is a good. The 243rd is kind of out here by itself. Not much he's going to do because I don't believe there's any other 243rd unit available until we start getting released. So we'll probably keep him as a blocker, maybe, somewhere along the lines. So if he wants our invasion phase, the Americans, they did really well in their invasion phase. Really didn't take much damage at all. Utah didn't take much damage. Gold and Juneau were pretty normal-ish, I guess. They did take a beating in Sword Beach. But their paratroopers, there we go. Paratroopers dropped just fine over here. And the only really downside for the Americans was the 101st really got hammered here. So if German player, if we could take advantage of that situation, that would be great. So with scattered units still have a zone of control. So we do have to keep that in mind. Once you enter an enemy's zone of control, you must stop your movements. So we can't just do certain things. This unit is in the zone of control. We could move it up, but again, he's part of the 91st, so if we can get him to link up with these other guys from the 91st, that would be really good. All right, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So we have a couple of units here. So we have this tank way up here. All right, let's move the close units first. So let's see. So we have a 2 point for stacking because it's higher than an attack value of 2. We have a 1 point and we have a 2 point. So the 2 pointers can go together. All 5 of these points can't stack in one unit. So I'm thinking about putting these guys. All right, let's start moving. So half a movement point on the road. So half, 1.5. He entered an enemy zone of control. He must stop. Then we're gonna go half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. He will stop there. Now the question is, do we want to move the 2, 1, 2? Yeah, we'll bring the 243rd down. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, and then half, 1. So this is stacked 4 for the unit on the left, nothing for the silhouette, 1 point for the 243rd, and 1 point for the 91st on the right. So that is a total of 4 points. That is our stacking limit. So that will be done. So if we're going to try to attack this unit here, we can look at our headquarters here to see if we can get a shift on that. Again, you have to be within 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he doesn't quite reach there. But remember, you can move them 1 space without flipping them over to their moved side. So we're going to flip that over, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we attack this space, we can get an artillery shift on that as well. All right, this guy, I think we're going to go half, 1, 1.5, 2. I'm going to bring him there. Now these 2 units now actually form a Zoc bond across this hex side. So units that are forced to retreat across there will be eliminated. So that could come into play maybe. Probably not, but you never know. All right, so let's look at this bicycle unit here. Again, it's a bicycle unit because it has a round, well, it's got the NATO symbol, but it also has a round circle. And that means that as long as he stays on road, he can actually go up to 6 movement points. So half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 3.5, 4, I guess. This unit here, half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. Boy, this is just going to be a mess, isn't it? We're going to have all kinds of different units in there. I was trying to get the 709th and the 709th to get together, but these Ost units are units that can't move on the first turn, so they are completely sunk. This unit up here, let's worry about this tank. So half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. Guess he'll come to there. These units inside the Cherbourg perimeter can't leave, so they're can't do anything with them, unfortunately. Okay, now what are we going to do here? So we have a unit here. You can kind of tell the symbols as well for the division symbols. So these 2 units, we need to get them together, which would be really good, really helpful. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versus a, what's the bocage again? Gives them +3. Unbelievable. So a 3 and a 3 would be a 6. That would be not enough. Not enough. Well, was wondering if I could bring this guy. He's only got 3 movement points, so we could go 1, 2, what's this guy? It would be across a flood, so we would get half. So it would be 3, and 1 would only be 4 attack. He would be a 4 defense. So it'd be a 1-to-1 across the flooded hex side. We could move this unit up here, but going from zone of control to zone of control, we must stop. I think we will move him up there in case we want to use him in an attack. This guy will move up to there, and then this guy will move half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. Well, that's just going to be a big old cluster, isn't it going to be? Okay. It's going to be interesting to see what we can do with these units here. Interesting. All right. What I'm going to do here is, just so I can remember the units that have the tanks, I'm going to put the tanks on the top. Not that that matters or anything, but these units don't have a tank. Nope, nope, nope. We got these guys coming. Okay, how do we slow those guys down? That is a... this dark blue hex side means it's impassable. He's going to have to move either into this hex or into this hex. If he moves into this flooded hex and has to attack out of it, he'll be at half strength. Now, the 352nd, you can see we have quite a few from the 352nd. So no sense in bringing this guy over here, right? Because he's got to stay with his buddies so we can get full firepower on him. 7/16th, again. There's a 7/16th over here. You can only move 3. 1, 2, 3. You could move to there. This guy could then move over here. Are they the only... Nope, here's one way over here that's kind of by himself, unfortunately. Kind of by himself, unfortunately. I will get to them in a minute. Let's concentrate, because otherwise... all right, these guys are bicycle units again. We could bring these guys up, though, I think. 1, 2... 3, 4. Or we could actually bring these units across this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we will. I'm going to bring this guy over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they get 6 movement points as long as they stay on the road. This guy will end up 1 hex behind him. This is a headquarters. This is a headquarters too, right? Yes, okay. Just wanted to make sure. So obviously if we only move him 1, he's not going to be in any range to supply artillery support. So the question is, do we bring him down towards Bayou and help out over here, or does he come down over this way? If we put him in this hex, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he would be able to supply over this way and a little bit over this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't go as far as I was hoping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So... good question. Do we bring them down this way? Let's just see. Yeah, okay. So far, so good, I think. Tough decision. If we bring them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you could supply over that way and a little bit over here. You can only move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can actually make it to Bayou, I think it is. Are they going to be able to break through? Probably not. These guys do have a line over here, but I'm thinking about moving this guy right there to slow that attack down. But if he gets an advance after combat, he could move a couple hexes. What's he got in there? Wow. He's got a lot, doesn't he? 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, you want to get your headquarters up as far as you can, because every time you got to move them, it's kind of a wasted turn. But this guy being way back here doesn't help us at all. He's got to move up towards the front line. The question is, how close do we move him to the front line where he can still support? If we move him right here, he's got a nice avenue for attacks. But it won't be this turn. We have to wait until next turn, because once he moves, we flip him over to the move side. He won't provide us a shift unless we just move him one hex. I'm thinking about maybe bringing him down over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can actually make it all the way down in here. Obviously, the closer we get on the front lines, the more area they'll cover with their artillery. The only problem is, the closer we get on the front line, the more susceptible they are to, well, if these guys, move up here, then we got to move them again, which means it's another wasted turn. Anytime you move your headquarters, it's like a wasted turn. So you want to get them in a position. You want to get them in a good position to help, but not be threatened. So what I'm going to do is half 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, and I think we're going to leave them right there with all this flooded stuff. That was 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from about here to about there. That's a pretty good. And they're in a town hex. So. And they're outside the naval support boundary. So the naval guns can help if they do become under attack. So yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. All right. So 350 seconds. We need to put these guys together. Righto. So this guy here, the Rangers, because has got that boundary, which means he does not have any zone of control. So we can move right around him. 1, 1.5, 2. 1, 2, 2.5. So now we got 350-second guys in there, just hoping to slow down. Not only that, but we can bring up this guy as well. Make sure we didn't move anybody that's not allowed, and move them up there. Let's try and slow the Americans down a little bit, hey? So these are the bicycle guys already moved, right? Okay, so now we got some more 350-second. We got a nice group of 2, 2, 2. So that is a nice group of units. So where would be a good position for those guys? There's a lot of units from the 352nd. This unit down here is from 352nd as well. This guy is not. He's from the 716th. Where was his buddy at? Oh, it's way over here, right. Not much we can do to help you, buddy. All right, so let's scooch over here towards Gold Beach. I'm thinking we. I'd like to get another unit in there. Can I get another unit in there? That is a great question. 1, 2. He would have to stop if when he enters there. Can 1, 1.5, 2.5. Yes, we could put him in there if I'm not mistaken. Let's look at our terrain. So that's a minor river. It's +1 for mechanized. Okay. So this would, if I'm doing this right, it would be 1, 1.5, 2.5. If that is mixed, cost only 1. Yeah, so that's 2.5. 3.5 +1 for crossing the river is 4.5. So he could go there and help support this unit there. This guy can't move. We moved the headquarters. We moved the bicycle units. 352nd. He needs to come up. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. He's going to just make it to there, I guess. So he's moved. So yes, what we're going to do about the 352nd. I think we're just going to move this guy in there, move this guy there. 352nd, right? They're all from the they're all from the 352nd. Hopefully that'll slow them down. And then when we retreat, we can retreat to the city hex. This unit here can 1, 1.5, 2. Oh, this is a bicycle unit as well. Interesting. It's kind of a mixed group there right now, but we could add this guy, maybe 1, 2, 3. And because we would only have an attack strength, oh yeah, that would just be for defensive purposes. Oh, they got a lot of units coming from gold, though. We should probably worry about this area a little bit more. Unfortunately, remember the 21st Panzer only gets 3 movement points, and these are all these guys here. So, let's see what kind of... This guy's in a town, this guy's in mixed. Wonder if we could try to damage this guy. Let's see here. Oh, he's got 6 movement points. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're going to move half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. This guy's just going to move like that. This guy's going to go 1, 2, 2.5. This guy's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's got to start shoring up our defensive line here. This guy down here is 1, 2, 3. This unit here, not sure what that is, but 1, 2. Move him up. Don't play back up. This Ost unit can't move. This unit with the black box can't move. This unit with the black box can't move. And this unit with the black box can't move. The only one that can move is this guy. 711th. I don't recall 711 anywhere. Is he by himself? Oh, we got a couple other units we can move right. This guy here. Oh, he's 1, 2. We could move there. Yeah, that might... 1, 1.5, 2. And then bring that guy there. Oh boy. To the... Don't want to leave them an alleyway, but there's not much I can do about it. The guys that were supposed to leave them an alleyway already died, so... we got this bicycle unit yet. 1, 2, 3... 3.5, 4. We could put them here. One, 2, 3, 4. Could bring them in to help here. But yeah, I don't want to leave. I do want to keep the 352nds together though. 21st. I guess the 21st is going to be in charge of Khan. Because the 352nd are all over here. So... we can... that's the 7/16th, right. If we could move over the 7/16th over here, that would be great. This guy already moved. This guy hasn't, though. 2.5. Oh my god. Oh my god. Without any of these guys being damaged, it's so hard to do an attack. Oh my god, look at that. That's 11, 12, 13, 14. Plus 2 would be 16 defense for those units. 16 defense. Yeah, we're not going to be able to attack much over here. We're just going to have road bumps. Speed bumps. Just kind of slow them down because they just landed everyone without taking any damage. Oh my goodness gracious. The German player, I think, is going to be in big trouble. 1, 2, 3. Let's 1, 2, 3, 3.5. We could put them here for 4. Or we could bring them over here to help. You know what? I'm going to bring them over here. 1, 2. You know what? 2, 3. Yeah, we'll bring them over here. You know what? Hang on a second. Let me check on that. I think they can't actually end up adjacent if they use that extra road movement. I don't think they can end up adjacent to an enemy unit. Let me check that. I'll be back. Yeah, righto, guys. Yep. So they cannot... they can get the extra movement point as long as they do not start in an enemy zone of control or at any time enter into an enemy zone of control. So he will move and he will actually going to have to stop. We'll stop him there. And that means this unit's going to have to... you know what we're going to do then? We're going to bring him back. 1, 2, 3, 3.5. Or 3.5 over here. Kind of worried about these British paratroopers, actually. Well, maybe not. Depends on what happens here. If we get a good result. Yeah, this unit can move, but again, what is he going to do? He's going to move here and... this unit can attack, it just can't move. But again, we would be attacking at 2. No, half, because we're attacking out of a flooded area. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, this unit can actually... another rules question. Let's look it up, because the rule is for these guys with the black border is that they can't move unless an enemy comes within 2 spaces of it. This unit is within 2 spaces of it. So does that... I don't think that applies to the first turn. Let's see. All German units may move their full movement allowance on turn 1 except for restricted movement units, and all Ost units may not move at all on turn 1. Okay, so yeah. So 17.6. Restricted units. Units with a black box cannot move until released. So they, yeah, okay, so they're not released even on turn 1. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to, yeah, that would be helpful if we can get somebody over here to help. I gotta move this guy out of here. Can I bring him over here? Yes, I can. So that's gonna cost 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Ah, well, he would have to stop there because of the zone of control. Let's see. Can I put him anywhere else? I'd like to bring him around. Well, hopefully these guys will push this guy out of there, but... yeah, whatever. We're going to bring him up there. So 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. All right. He can help. That is fine. Okay. All right, so who else did we miss? Anybody? Boy, oh boy. So that's German movement on turn number 1. The actual game starts now. The invasion phase is over. So we got a couple attacks, and I think maybe in this area that might help. Most everything over here to the east is just going to be, oh God, it's just going to be, they're just outmatched. They're just outmatched and outgunned right now. Maybe the 21st Panzer can slow things down, but you know, just trying to attack in this hex 6 and 5 and 1 is what? 12 plus 2 for the terrain. It's 14. So you have to have at least a 14 strength attack going in there just to be at 1-to-1. So hopefully what we can do is have the allies do some attacks and end up taking some step losses along the way that might hurt them a little bit more, but of course we start getting reinforcements next turn. But what do you guys think of that, movement-wise? Any suggestions that maybe I might have been missing out on or not thinking about? I think we got a couple good roadblocks here, especially, you know, this is going to be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 defense in this hex here. This guy can't move. We move these guys up. Hopefully, maybe get a nice little attack on somebody here. I know this guy's going to get attacked because we're going to get an artillery shift. We'll get an armor shift bonus. Yeah, we can't do anything up there. So, not looking great for the Germans. I think that invasion phase is supposed to do a lot more damage to the Americans, but almost every one of their tanks arrived without taking a step loss. A couple of the British ones did take some step losses, but the Americans, all their tanks arrived without any losses. And they didn't take very many casualty hits either landing, which is unfortunate. The British paratroopers didn't take any, and the only thing that they did was the 101st got hammered a little bit. So we'll see how things go. Always interested to know what you guys have. Thoughts, comments, suggestions, always welcome. If you notice something I forgot or didn't do, let me know. Hopefully before we do the next episode where we'll actually get into the German combat phase. We'll talk to you guys then. Thanks for watching.